Come on in. This is going to be a really fun live stream. We are going to open up Unity and we're going to take a look at my game Father. And we're going to just see all the new enemy types that we've created. We've created a lot of different styles of enemies. And I've been working my butt off all week long just to make sure that the game feels a little bit more toony, a little bit more like Wind Waker's visual style. So Zelda Wind Waker is one of my favorite games. But the mood and the violence of something like Resident Evil. Now, before we do that, guys, I did want to let you know that today, this live stream is sponsored by Ultimate Game Artist Course. This is a massive program, 20 plus hours of content that's going to teach you how to do artwork just like you're going to see in this live stream, both 2D and 3D art for your 2D games and your 3D games. Great reviews. I haven't received less than a 5-star review yet. There are 5 coupon codes below. These coupon codes are available in the description, so if you want to join the program, be sure to check it out below. You're going to learn 2D and 3D art, Photoshop, interiors and exteriors, characters. You're also going to learn pixel art. You're going to learn Substance Painter. You're going to learn 3D architecture. You're going to learn 3D Photoshop texturing, Unity terrain painting, Blender, rigging characters. All of that you're going to learn in this course, so be sure to check it out. Guys, this supports my channel. It supports Father's development, but more importantly, it does support you guys, and it supports, well, currently more than 1,000 students in this program. So be sure to check it out below. All right, let's jump inside of Unity and get started. By the way, guys, feel free to download my free 2D game kit below. It's totally free. It's my treat to you. I used this exact 2D game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and then I got to play it in front of his subscribers, which was really awesome. So download that. Use it however you want. It's my treat to you. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys, there is a lot to show today. I've kind of been in a bad place mentally this week. I'm not, being sappy or anything. What I mean is, I've been obsessed with this game, and I've been fine-tuning the enemies like crazy. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it, and I think that that's bad for my mental health, but it's very good for the very good for the game. So let me show you kind of what we've got so far. There are a couple enemies that I don't want to show you because they're kind of surprises. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys just the core enemy set. Now, we're working on a sort of Art Deco themed area right now, so that's why everything kind of looks like, I don't know, Art Deco 1920s. But I can definitely show you our various enemies here, okay? I'm going to delete these pillars. And I just sort of want to talk to you about these changes. We've done some pretty crazy ones. So for example, we've changed the look of the spider. He wasn't unique looking enough, I don't think, even though he was an apple. It just didn't work for me. Sometimes when you spend a day modeling something, and Felipe did a great job in the model, and you spend all this time working on something, when you're working for my studio, you change things a lot. And so in this case, this is the 4th iteration of the spider, but I really like this one. I think he looks unique, and he kind of looks like Wind Waker, right? Like a Wind Waker spider. We've also got ghosts. We've changed the look. This was per Felipe, and again, Felipe's the 3D modeler for the game. Felipe actually modeled this one using a model from Turbo Squid. But Felipe mentioned that the ghost just didn't look scary, and it didn't look like you could shoot it, because originally it was just this white sheet, but he recommended that we invert the colors, and so that's what I've done here. So I'll show you that in play mode in just a second. And then we've also just obviously got these walkers here. This guy's in his underwear because he's the game puts clothes on him when you hit play. But this is our walker enemy, okay? So we have 3 different enemy types. The walkers, which are just sort of like enemies that you farm. You have spiders, which are much faster, and they're pretty difficult to kill. And then these guys, which shoot stuff. So let me show you guys Let me turn the audio down just a little bit so it's not too loud for you. And let's take a look, okay? Okay, so the spiders right off the bat are super fast. So if you encounter a spider, you better be careful. There's also guts that shoot out, right? So now we have green guts, which looks great. That was one of Felipe's ideas. Great idea, Felipe. And now we have these guys that shoot. So these are tough. You know, if you come into a room with these guys, you better be ready. Okay, so let's go ahead and kill him. Okay, so I need to add that to my list really quick. I have a list of things that I got to do today. The spiral, you couldn't even see it, but it was like a spiral effect from Ghost should be white. Okay, so those are the ghosts. Those are the spiders. And then here are our walker enemies. Let's kill you really quick. We have walker enemies over here. Okay, so as you can see, the clothes got put on properly. So now it's a female. We now have the ability to do headshots. This is a big deal. This means that the rifle actually has a purpose now. So we can get a headshot in, hopefully. Yep. And so there's a loudspeaker that's in the mansion. And we'll see it over here. And you probably can't hear it during the live stream, but it says headshot whenever you do a headshot. So this loudspeaker will sort of communicate with you as you play the game. So we're definitely trying out some cool thematic shifts and just different story or plot devices, but trying them out. But like, here's the thing. By the way, there's an issue with the sound. That's okay. By the way, you know, I just want to show you the value of fine-tuning each enemy so that basically they work perfectly individually, but they work even better as a horde, okay? So if I place a bunch of spiders here, and then walkers, and then let's go ahead and throw in some flyers, they're just sort of duplicated around, and things are much harder now, okay? So let's go ahead and hit play. Let's kill these guys first. And then this guy here. Give me that coin. All right. So let's go into this room over here and I'll show you sort of how the game is progressing. So it feels, you know, kind of like Half-Life and Resident Evil and Wind Waker. The mood feels like Resident Evil. The graphics look like Wind Waker. And then the game itself, the gameplay is kind of more like something like Quake or Dusk. Okay, so if we go into this little horde area, you can see how things are going to get a little challenging, right? I have a shotgun, I have double jump now, so it's a lot easier. But if I didn't have double jump or a shotgun, it would be rough. And the game is pretty fast, actually. Frame rate's pretty good. So, you know, you'd prioritize which enemy you kill first, right? So we just sort of dominated that sequence, right? So far, pretty cool, right? Really enjoying things so far. All right, so that's what we've got currently. We also have a weird something going on there. I don't know what that is. But we also have a few more models that Felipe's created. We have these streamers. So this is for the Art Deco themed level, right? We have these cool little pinned cushions. So those are great. But we also, and this is something we're going to work on in just a second, we also have the ability to blow up sort of gas tanks. This is a box, but it's going to be a gas tank in just a second. If I shoot it, it blows up, right? And that explosion matches our rocket launcher, right? So we're trying to reuse prefabs as much as we can. Cool thing about these rockets is they should, yeah, they break things. We've also started pulling our audio, okay? And not really pulling it, but basically, all let's say I shot a rocket launcher into all these enemies here. If each enemy has its own audio source, and then you play like a death sound, and they all die at the same exact time, what happens is that scream is amplified times 4, which is a problem because I don't want to get sued by somebody who has their eardrums blown out when they're playing the game with headphones on. So what you want to do is only play one sound through a single audio source. So what I've done, and this was something I did yesterday and this morning, is I changed the way we're playing sounds. So right here we have, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sound audio sources. And we get to pick which one we play a sound through. We're not using play one shot. Play one shot will just play a sound. Like if I wanted to play the sound of a scream like 20 times, I could play that scream 20 times and all of them are going to play over each other. They're going to layer. But I've written a function that will actually play sounds only once. So it'll play through, let's say, the enemy's one audio source, and it will play a sound, and if I have another scream, it's going to stop that sound and immediately start the other one. Okay? So we're not stacking sounds, which is really good. We definitely don't want to do that. And by the way, those of you just joining us, just remember that the Ultimate Game Artist program is 50% off right now. By the way, if you're a student of my art programs, feel free to say hello in the chat. Let us know what you think about the courses. There's 5 coupon codes below. These will probably sell out today or over the weekend, so be sure to check that out if you're interested in learning 2D art and 3D art. Everything you see here, taught in the courses, okay? Everything you see here is taught in the courses. The benefit of my programs, guys, and then I'll shut up. The benefit of my programs is they help me make this game, which is pretty awesome. You get to support that. But more importantly, you're being taught by somebody who's making games right now. And so I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing and what me and Felipe are doing, because Felipe teaches in the course as well. So be sure to check that out. Okay, this is important. So we need to make this box right here, we need to make it a like an explosive barrel, okay? Now, I could say, hey, Felipe, can you model this for me? But Felipe is busy on a lot of different models right now. So stuff that I know that I can repurpose from Turbo Squid, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so let's head on over to Turbo Squid. And let's just find ourselves a barrel. Let me check on the chat, make sure you guys are good. The white flashing is a little too bright when you pick up items, so I have heard. I've heard that from a lot of you guys, so I will be fixing that too. Okay, we have some barrels. I really need a low poly barrel. Poly count, low poly. This is all too much. I just want one thing, right? Those aren't low poly, you liars. Give me like a classic old school barrel. We're going to find one. There's a billion here. I want a low poly barrel. You MFer. I said low poly. Hey, see, that's kind of what we're looking for there. Also kind of looking for this here. Let's see here. Yeah. Nah, I don't really like that. Thomas, just model it yourself. No. We are not going to do that. We're going to look for a low poly barrel and call it a day. Come on. There it is. There it is. Hello. And we'll squash it a little bit. Oh, it's free. Let's take a look at the... Okay, so I'm going to download it. I'm going to make a lot of changes to it. And we're going to hope and pray. What on earth? That I change it enough so it's not a problem. Where did you go? I just had it. I think it was on the second page, maybe? Ooh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just download you, buddy. Come here. Gimme. What is going on? Download. Download. What is this page? That's crazy. Just give it to me. There we go. Okay, it's an MB file. I don't know what an MB file is. I'm not even going to worry about this. This is driving me nuts. Let's find something else. And I'm willing to buy something. I didn't want it to be free. Okay, I didn't think it was going to be this hard. That's kind of cool. Not low poly, though. Why are we doing low poly, by the way? Does anybody know? Because we are creating a stylized game, okay? The reason we're doing stylized is, one, it stands out amongst the thousands of games that aren't, okay? So it kind of looks old school, and it looks like Wind Waker, which is pretty sweet. But also, it's going to lower our poly count, and we're not going to have to worry, hopefully, as much about the optimization nightmare that's going to occur. It always occurs when you are creating your game. Give me a low poly barrel, please. Oh, my word. I just want one that can download. Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't downloading. That looks old school. Shouldn't be that hard to just find an old school looking barrel. I probably have it done by now. Do you guys want me to just create a barrel? All right. I just don't want to, though. I just want to download one. Those look great. Yeah, let's buy those. I kind of like those models, too. Yeah, let's buy it. Yay, tasty. Let's do it. Okay, we're going to support create DDD, which is the user. And so, yeah. There we go. Let's go ahead and download the FBX. Okay, I'm just going to download this, and these are pretty cool, actually. I don't think that I think we can use more of them later, but right now we're just going to worry about that single barrel. That's all we want, is that beautiful barrel. Okay. All right, that FBX is downloaded. Let's go ahead and open up Blender. And guys, what we're going to do is kind of do a little crash course here on flipping assets, but doing it correctly. There's a lot of bad ways to flip assets. One of the worst things you can do when flipping an asset is not consider the world size of your game, okay? So I'm going to take an object, let's see here, from the game. So let's go ahead and import, let's say, like an enemy or something. So let's go to, actually, let's import, let's just import the barrels here, okay? Oh my word, it's unsupported. Oh my word. Gotta love, what's object, .object. See, this is the problem with Turbo Squid, by the way. Turbo Squid always, how do I import an object file? There it is, Wavefront. The problem with Turbo Squid is the file formats are always screwed up. That's why they've got a big, hold on, there it is, please. Yay, okay. It's always screwed up. That's why they have a big button that says email the developer. Okay, so we've got some barrels here. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can separate these out. That's hilarious, none of them are separated out. I'm gonna go into edit mode, and we're just gonna delete. Look how big they are too. See, that's what I'm saying. When you're flipping assets, you gotta make sure that you're thinking about sizes and applying the proper rotations so it fits perfectly within the confines of your game. I believe that's the barrel, so I think. So let's delete this, and I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna scale this guy down, just like that. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and import the enemies. Just one enemy, just so we can get a good size of our enemy. So Walker, good. There he is. So that's the size of our Walker, okay? And we're not really messing with him or scaling him in Unity. Actually, we are. We are. Let's import a wall. Or how about this? Let's import this crate here. So I'm going to open up this crate. It's a blend file. I got to open this up. And I'm going to export him as an FBX. Just put it in my downloads folder. That way when I go into our barrel here, we can delete the enemy here. We can import that box. Okay. And make sure it's about double the size of a box. Now, Felipe, if you're watching, the only thing I'm thinking here is, because I know we're trying to keep the size of the box, I've just felt like some objects are just too small. So I think that we need to scale up stuff like these barrels. In fact, Felipe, I just realized, don't you have a barrel? You do. You have a wooden barrel. Yeah. Let's open that up. We have a wooden barrel. Hey. So let's export this. I know I'm all over the place today, guys. Let's export this FBX here. And now we can actually import this and just match the barrel size perfectly. So we don't need to worry about the box. We're going to import that barrel. There it is. Okay. So that's our barrel. So what we're going to do is take this and we're going to line it up and make it perfectly sized. Okay. Even the width. Let's set the origin to the center. I would say set geometry to origin. No. Set origin. What am I doing? Set origin. Origin to 3D cursor. Good. Now we can scale it down perfectly. And then we're going to go wide. So it's the perfect width. See that? So now they're perfectly matched, right? Okay, delete that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as a blend file. The reason why, let's see where are our barrels saved? They are saved in props. Okay. So I believe it's art. We have a big old folder here. Yeah, art, environment, props. Okay. So let's save it. Art, environment, props, and we're gonna make a new folder. And we're gonna call this barrel flammable. We could just say steel. The reason I'm doing that is because we might want to create just steel barrels that aren't flammable. All right. Cool. Okay, there we go. And then let's save it. And we're going to get the textures in just a second. Thank you so much, Penguin. Barrel, steel. We could save it as a blend file and just import it into Unity as a blend file, right? Let's go on over to our Turbo Squid here, and let's get the RAR. We'll need to extract this using WinRAR, which I don't have a license for, but hopefully it'll work. So we're going to download that and snag that texture, and we're going to repurpose the texture to look toony, okay? Now, something to keep in mind, guys, is we're actually using two different shaders for this game. We're using just a standard shader, lit shader, for like the walls and just static objects, but things that can move, we want to add a little rim light to. Games like Zelda do this really well. There's a rim light around things that you can interact with, and very special objects like guns and enemies and stuff. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to utilize extract here. Good. Okay. So now we have our barrels. Oh boy. So we don't have the textures. Let's open this up. There they are. There they are. Okay. Close. I copy all these. Copy. Paste it. Okay, they're somewhere. All right. So we have all these different barrel textures. I'm going to look for that red one. That might be it. Yeah, that's it. And then there's also a normal map and a specular. So we're going to take all of those And we're going to paste them into this folder. And we're going to make sure we rename them nice and clean, okay? So let's go ahead and go to our props. And this is important, guys. You want to make sure that everything is cleanly organized. Don't try and organize later. Don't make the mistake I've made, which is I'll just organize this later and I'll scale things to my liking in Unity and not scale them properly in Blender. That's a huge problem. Here's an example of what we need to do. First, we need to say, okay, what's the scale of this in Blender? These are really important steps. It looks like the scale is 0.021. What the heck, right? Let's make it 1. So let's apply all transforms. We have a rotation problem though. So in Unity, it's going to rotate it negative 90 degrees, which is dumb. The X rotation is going to turn to negative 90. So what we need in Blender is we need the rotation to be actually positive 90 so that when Unity does a negative rotation, automatically, for some reason it does that, it gets set to 0. So I'm going to do rotation X negative 90. I'm going to apply that rotation. Then I'm going to do rotation X positive 90. See? So rotation is set to 90 so that when it pulls into Unity, it's going to set that to 0 because it's going to subtract 90. It's really, really annoying. It took me a while to figure that out. We're not going to apply anything. We're good. So let's save that. All right. So now if we go into Unity here, we have our textures. This is dumb. I don't need that. And we're good. Let's go to our materials, duplicate this material outside of it. We're just going to call this barrel steel. And let's rename these. Barrel steel albedo, barrel steel specular. You know what's funny is I used to not do this during live streams, like clean up things, because I'm thinking, well, it's boring for you guys to watch. But I know how important it is to do this. So we're gonna do this during live streams. We're gonna be very clean and precise with how we're doing things, okay? So let's drag in our barrel steel. Okay, first thing I wanna do is, we're gonna do this on the fly. We're gonna go into Blender and we're gonna set this to shade smooth. There we go, check it out, look. Okay, is it a little squashed? It is squashed. Okay, so we need to set the scale to be 1.66. I'm sorry. We're gonna go back in time. We're gonna set it to 0.021 in the Z. And then we're gonna apply the all transforms, then we're gonna do that rotation trick again. Rotation, negative 90 along the X. Apply rotation. Rotation X, positive 90. Save. Might get screwed up in Unity. Nope, we're good. Okay. And then make sure we do the shade smooth. There we go. Very good. All right. We have a great question from Top Scout. For multiple moving objects in a scene, would you recommend using an animation or let them use a custom script? Well, it depends on what your custom script is doing. If it's a simplistic script, I would use a simplistic script. So for example, the flyers here, the flyers actually use a sine, it's like cosine or something, script that will fly the graphic. And we use these values here. And it just sort of moves it around like this. It's a code. It's better than an animation because I can tweak these values. If you want customizability with that floating animation, use a cosine, okay? Or whatever the frickin' trigonometry is. I just copied it from Google. Okay, there's barrel. Let's put barrel steel in there. Look, there's no texture. Drag in the texture. All right, look at that, okay? So we have this beautiful texture here that's ready to go. We're going to be editing this texture in just a second. What I want to do is actually want to make this its own prefab variant. So if I select the barrel, if I go into the barrel here, I'm sorry, the box. No, I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to drag this in. This is the barrel steel. I'm going to copy this. We're going to delete. No. What am I doing here? Let's copy this, delete it, And let's go to this box here. And what I'm going to do is actually just swap out that renderer, okay, or mesh. So let's go to our barrel. Crap. I'm trying to find it. Why is it? That's weird. Maybe I need to move. I think I do need to move them to the interactive folder. So let's close Blender and move this to interactive. There we go. Okay. So now we have a steel barrel. What I want to do is drag in our steel barrel. I'm going to add a box collider box collider. That's fine. And it should automatically do it to the proper size. Yep. I like box colliders, especially in these classic boomer shooters, because it keeps things very precise. There's no weird shapes for enemies to get caught on or anything like that. Okay, so we have a box collider here. What else do we need? We need a rigid body with a pretty good mass. Okay, we'll do 1. No, 2's fine. All right. We also need, I'm just copying components. We need to tag it as steel or metal. That way it'll make a metal sound when you hit it, even though it'll blow up, right? Breakable object. We're going to paste this on there. There we go. And then the pushable object script we want on there as well. Oh, wrong one. Pushable object, copy, paste. And guys, why are we creating explodable barrels? Because it adds variability to the gameplay. So if I can blow up a barrel and kill 2 enemies, that's great. That's really, really fun. So just putting barrels in rooms suddenly makes everything totally different. I can grab barrels, throw them into a group, and then shoot the barrel and blow it up, right? Pretty cool. Okay, what else, Thomas? What do you need? Well, I know that I need this explosion. Yeah, okay. It's too complicated. I'm just going to use this one. So what we're going to do, I'm going to see if this works. Let's go to our mesh renderer here and drag in that new mesh. Barrel. There it is. Good. And the material we need to swap out. Good. All right, so it works. All right, I'm not going to worry about it. All right, so this should be good to go. I'm going to remove this box collider. Can I click reset and it'll just do it for me? Yep, there we go. Awesome. I'm going to make sure I save. This is barrel explosion, all right? That's what it's called. It's already a prefab, so we're good to go. I'm going to make sure I hit apply. Okay, so that barrel should be explodable now. So let's hit play here and take a look. Okay, let's take a look. Awesome. All right, and it works perfectly. I can also grab it. Let's go ahead and just delete those enemies. We don't need them. Make sure there's no changes to the prefab. We're good. Spiders, same thing. Are there any changes? Looks like there is a change. I'm going to click apply. Okay. Whoops. Delete, delete. Remember, those of you just joining us, just remember that the Ultimate Game Artist program is 50% off right now. There are a couple codes left. Click the link in the description if you want to learn how to create art like this and models like this and 2D art like you see in my other games. Okay, so let's take this texture here and I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And what's cool is we have, oh my word, is that Lord of the Rings? I wonder how much Amazon paid for that. We're going to open this up here, and we're going to try and stylize it, okay? We're not going to worry about these. Interestingly, the mesh is a little bit, it's not, or the UV isn't really working for us. So I'm just going to pull this down over here. And why not just swap it really quick? Let's just take this and put it up there. Okay. And I am curious what the bottom of it looks like. Let's see here. It is the rusty one. So it's that one. So I'm going to take these, this one right here, this red one here. Let's just circle here. I think I chose the wrong mesh, sadly, which is okay. So that's why I have to swap this stuff out here. All right, so if I hit save here, I'm going to save it as a PSD. So as you can see, guys, we're using the non-destructive art files, the blend files and the PSD files, as opposed to PNGs and FBX files, okay? The reason we're doing that is because Thomas likes to change things all the time. That's all he does is change things, okay? If I'm going to be changing things all the time, I want to be able to do it on the fly. So that's why we're going to swap this out with a PSD and not a PNG, okay? So let's swap out this PNG with this PSD. There it is. And put the normal map on there, why not? Ooh, looks pretty. Okay, so does it say oil? It does, good. What am I doing here? We'll enable that, save it. Now let's take a look. Now it's red. Good, okay, Thomas. So it looks like our normal map is a little screwed up. It's fine. It doesn't really bother me, actually. Fine. Okay, we're gonna probably change the normal map anyway. Let's make this look a little bit more stylized. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a massive smart blur on here. Oh, come on. Why? Why can't I do a smart blur? Does it need to be a, that's crazy, I can't do a smart blur. I've never, ever seen that. What kind of file type is this? PNG? Or a PSD, okay, what about the color? Might be the color profile, I don't know. That's okay, we're gonna blur it. So let's take a duplicate and blur it like crazy. Like that, okay? And now let's add some stylized clean lines over top. So we could do this. I'm just gonna sort of follow this coloring here. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a red one underneath. I'm gonna do a little bit more of an orange red. Okay, good. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop the opacity down here. And this is gonna be really fun. This is something I teach in my course. This is a huge, huge asset to know, okay? If you wanna make ripples that are stylized, do a gradient at the top, duplicate, flip, watch this, you're gonna love it. And then a gradient at the bottom, image, adjust, invert. So now what we're gonna do is merge those together, set it to overlay, and now we have these cool ripples. We're gonna do just 2, and then 2 down here. Click save, and let's take a look at our new stylized barrel. Great. So the reason it doesn't look stylized, who knows why? The normal map, right? We need to blur the normal map. It's a little much. It's a little much, okay? Let's take a look at the top and the bottom. Okay. So the top, hey, let's just make it a clean red. We could even do, let's just take that red, this right here, put it over that, and I'm actually gonna take the selection tool here, and I'm gonna expand that by 5 pixels. I'm gonna do black. I'm gonna duplicate that, blur it. So now it looks like the bottom of a barrel, okay? And why not just put that square? Nah, I don't want it. Let's save it. There we go. Okay, now that normal map is ridiculous. So what we're gonna do, you know, we're gonna try this. This is probably a terrible idea. First thing I wanna do is go ahead and save this as a PSD. I'm gonna delete the other one, right? So there is our, let's see here, which one's which? So that's the PNG, I don't want it anymore. I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna blur it. Save it, bring it in, and now we should have it more stylized. See? Looks pretty good, actually. I don't think we wanna change anything. I'm gonna fix it. There we go, looks good, guys. Nice blurred normal map. You can see a seam there. Why do we see a seam? because the normal map now has a seam because we blurred it. So the way you fix that is you just take a base color here like this blue and just put gradients on all the edges, and it should have nice seamless look. Okay, it looks like it's also associated with this guy here. So I'm going to take the red, do 100%, save it, drop it down, there we go. It's almost seamless. Yeah, it is. It's seamless now. So let's take a look and see how this, well, looks. Awesome. I like it. I think the normal map is a little much, actually. We could do like 0.4 because we're going for that Wind Waker style, right? Okay, last, but certainly not least, is we want this white to not be so, we want it to fit perfectly with that edge there, okay? So we're gonna bring it up, save, up one more, bring it over like this, save, almost there, save, almost, save, save, there we go. Drop it down by like 2 pixels. Oh my word. What's going on? That's crazy. Keep going, Thomas. Almost there. Let's see, maybe I can drop this down so I can see it better. Actually, let's disable those two. Now we can see it. There we go. Save it and take a look. Come on. Oh my word. A little bit more. So this is why we want to edit it on the fly. Why we're using PSDs. It's much easier to do flipping of assets, right? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so close. Want it nice and clean. Hey, we got it. Okay. I'm gonna set that normal map to 0.02 or 0.2. Make sure we save out our scene here. Now let's add some iconography to it. Well, you guys know I love using Noun Project. So let's put a little flammable icon on there. So flame. Gotta freaking log in. Flame. Ooh, that's exactly what we want right there. Insert that. There we go. I kind of feel like it should be big, right? So I think what we need to do is do kind of some kind of big circle here. And I think that's okay, you know. I think it's okay. So let's take this and scale it down. Nice and big though, and we're gonna do red. Now if we can't see it very well, that's a big problem because it's a boomer shooter, so we want to be able to see it perfectly. Okay, let's go to play mode and take a look. Nah, I don't like it. So we're gonna delete this. We're just gonna do this. So pick it up. Boom. Awesome. I love it. Okay, let's go to the red here and just drop down. You know, there's a couple things. The first thing is I think this needs to be more of a yellow, kind of a yellowish white. So let's do a yellow white. There we go. That looks great. I'm also going to add a little bit of occlusion to the bottom and to the top. Just like that, see? Save it and take a look. Yes, Thomas, yes. And then let's go to our material, and we're going to change it from Universal Render Pipeline to Toonie Colors Pro 2, Hybrid Shader number 2. I'm going to go ahead and just turn on mobile mode because why not? You know, if it can speed things up, I'm all about it. We could change the threshold to be a little bit smoother, but here's what I was talking about earlier. We're going to add a little bit of a rim light, just a tiny rim light. We're going to do a little bit of a yellow rim light. That way, you can always see it. I'm going to make it not light-based so that you're always seeing this rim light, okay? Actually, I like light-based better, actually. Let's go to play and take a look. Okay, the ambient occlusion is a little much, so let's drop it down a bit. And I think what we could do is add a drop shadow to this little friend here, because make it look a little bit more 3D. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. I feel like that white just doesn't need to be there, and this needs to be just white. You know what I mean? Let's take a look. Save. I mean, could we? Maybe. Let's take a look. Almost. I kind of like that better. That's way better. Scale it down, though. Save it. Take a look. Yeah. Should it be black? You know, that's the question. Take a look. Maybe move it below those, and maybe just not as dark, so like this. Hey, that might work. I liked it white. Okay. Maybe set it to overlay. There we go. Save it out. Take a look. There we go. Save it out. I like it. Looks like we have some weird wrapping going on right there. Wonder what that is. Let's see here. It might be because this needs to be shifted up just a tad, or this one here. Yeah. So this needs to be shifted up just a tad. Save. Let's take a look. There we go. Thomas wins. I like it. All right, guys. There's our barrel. Why not just go ahead and add a little bit of shine to it? We're going to do some specular. Yes. Hey, that looks great, guys. What do you think? So that's called asset flipping, right? You're making it work within the context of the style of your own game. So this is honestly looks freaking awesome. I love it. We could throw it if we want. Boom. And then bang. Look how fun that is. Can I get a round of applause for me for doing a great job? I think I did a really good job. Let's go ahead and apply that. And guys, guess what? Now we officially have barrels. Now here's the thing. I'm curious if we can create a chain reaction. What do you guys think? You want to try it out? So this is why we're using one audio source, because if I get all these to blow up, I don't want a big explosion sound. Okay, so let's try it. Looks like there was one. That was a problem. Let's take a look. Was there a one explosion sound? Let's double check. So it looks like the breakable object, the explosion sound is right there. So what is the explosion sound doing? Let's take a look. We're going to go to explosion. It's not breakable object. It's a damageable entity. Yeah, so it's the sort of parent class. I don't know what you call it. Okay, let's go to explosion. Yep, there it is. Look, that's our problem. It's playing one shot. We don't want that. We're going to go to our enemy. We have a script here. Where's the explode sound? There it is. This is the script we want to use. I'm glad we tested that. So the damageable entity needs to do the same thing, okay? There we go. So hopefully, yeah. So what that's going to do, notice how it was really like fuzzy and loud, and it was like peaking. Peaking is when the audio goes higher than it can handle, and then it starts losing information. Instead, we're just going to do this function here that I wrote called reset and play sound. It's going to reset the audio source every time this sound attempts to play, and it'll stop the other sound. So let's go ahead and hit play. Okay. The baby of Zelda and Resident Evil being named Father isn't confusing at all. That's right. Okay, guys. For some reason, Unity takes forever to update scripts. It just randomly will decide to do this. and it requires like a big, like basically you got to close out Unity and restart your computer. We're not going to be doing, hopefully, a ton of script changes today during this live stream. Let's take a look now. Let's make sure the sounds are better. Ready? Perfect. And what's fun here, honestly, is you can actually create a pretty cool domino effect. This is why I just love being very intentional with our objects. Lately, what I used to do is I'd be like, it's done, and then I would just move on to something else. But I wouldn't test out cool features like this. So let's see if we can get it to like do a cool chain reaction. Okay, a little too far apart. But it's fun, I gotta tell you. That is fun. Okay, so we need to create a closer chain reaction. So let's just try it out. Let's see where the box collider is. Or the it's actually a hurt box. It's called a hurt box. Okay, so if it's in the confines of the hurt box, it's gonna blow it up. So let's take that, move it over. How many chain reactions can we create, guys? I'm gonna delete these. We're just testing really quick, and then we'll move on. I wonder if it's funny, you know, part of me feels like there needs to be a yield or an IEnumerator function that will have a delay. So the explosion occurs, there's a delay, right? So let's hit this. Yeah, it's a little too fast. So I'm curious if we should do this, if we should create some sort of yield function that makes it wait. Can I do that really quick? I don't think I can do it quickly. I don't want to deal with it. We're not going to deal with it. Okay, so we've got these cool barrels here. Let's delete them. I really like it. I think we did a good job on our barrels. So we're not going to worry about creating any more barrels. Next in line is candy. Okay, so the theme of this level is more playful, it's more childish. So the health on this level is going to be candy. Okay, so let's go ahead and find some candy on Turbo Squid. I am going to take a look here and see if we can search low poly candy. I doubt we'll get anything. Never mind. Let's see if we can find anything here. Why has everything got to be so high poly? I don't understand this. I want low poly. Quality or... Look at the tag is there, and it still looks like... Oh, what's this? Hamburgers, cheese. Oh, that's cake. Kind of like that one with all the snacks, you know? You got burgers and fries. But I don't like adding too many features to start. So I'm going to see if we can get some low poly candy here. Just like a couple, like a lollipop. Look at that, we got 21 pages. A lollipop and like a Snickers bar, you know? Come on, guys. You know, you'd think it would be easy to find like crappy looking stuff. But it's not so easy. Can we type retro maybe? Ring pops. That's hilarious. That is funny. I love the idea of a lollipop that you can eat and it like crunches when you take a bite. I do like this. Looks a little high poly though, doesn't it? Lollipop. How do you spell lollipop? I might have to do a down res. It's like $17. Ridiculous. I'm going to turn on my fan really quick. It's getting a little hot in here. Let's type in snacks. Snack foods. I do kind of like the idea of eating a burger. This one is like catching my attention here. You know? We had some for the dog game that we had worked on. Let me open up the dog game and see if I can grab those. We're working on this other game called Dog Game, and the foods, the health in that game is snacks and stuff. So I wonder if we could just snag those, you know? These are funny though. I just have to. I'd have to re-topologize them, and I feel like it'd just take a long time. Let's take a look here. Let's open up the dog game and see if we can find art, models, pickups. Okay, we've got beef. We've got a cupcake. We've got a meat thigh. Yeah. I just don't know where the textures are. Let's open up the cupcake and take a look. FBX file, okay. Yeah. I think this is kind of cool. If you've got cupcakes that you eat as health, and yeah, I think we can use a cupcake. So let's go ahead and grab the FBX file. So I'm going to take all of this. I know this is dumb, but I'm going to take these, the cupcake, the beef, and also the meat thigh. I'm going to copy those, bring them over to my downloads folder, and just paste them in. There they are. And now the theory is I should be able to just bring these in. Why can't I drag and drop in Blender? It's pretty annoying. Scroll down, and we have, let's start with the cupcake. So there's a cupcake. I'm hoping there's not too many materials on this. Looks like there's a lot. I think that's okay. All right, let's save it out. Go to our father game. It needs to be a lollipop. Got to be a lollipop. Lollipop or snack. Lollipop. No, how do you spell lollipop? There we go. I gotta find a lollipop. Is there some on the, maybe there's some on the asset store? Unity asset store. I imagine this spiraling lollipop there. It looks like Tim Burton. I think that's really, that's what we want to go for. Okay, let's type in candy. Candy package. This is great. Yes. I love it. What other candies we got? Okay, so we got to think about what's the healthy candy and what's the best candy? No, what am I saying? What is the best candy or snack? So I'm thinking like an ice cream cone is really big and that gives you full health. Or a lollipop. You know, a lollipop. Oh, but it doesn't spiral. There's one though. That looks tasty. I love it. So let's make sure we save that. We're gonna save it to Father. And let's find another one. These are great. $35 though. That's okay. If you need it, you need it. Let's keep looking. 3D. What's that? Yummy. Cupcakes and sweets. I really like this one because you have these cool little popsicles that look like health. I love those. And then you also have, okay, we have popsicles, cake. I love it. I love it. Let's get it. Let's get it, guys. I'm going to buy this really quick. So thank you to whoever was, I'll figure out who it was. Let me make sure I'm using the right card. Give me a sec, guys. Okay. We're good. I'm going to buy this. We have so many assets. But the approach here is a little different, okay? The approach that I used to have is if I buy an asset, I just dump it into a folder. And I don't want to do that anymore. I want to get what I need, delete everything else, and call it a day, right? So let's open up Unity. Now that we've bought this. Download them. And bring them into our folder. Okay. Import them. I'm going to import everything because we're going to delete all of this crap when we're done. Okay. Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. Okay, so let's find the folder. Where did it go? Cupcake. Cherry cupcake. Ooh, yum. Okay. So this is make eggs. So I'm gonna actually go to Explorer. I'm gonna cut this. How do I cut it? Edit. Stop using icons, please. Really, Windows? Okay, we're gonna go to Art. Pickups. Yes. There's Regen. And I'm gonna create a new folder. I'm gonna call it Sweets. Is that how you spell sweets? Sweets. Sweets. Okay. Let's paste that in there. And then I'm going to go back to that core root folder, which is MakeX. Thank you, MakeX. I'm going to delete those. Now we have them nice in a folder here. Delete. And then let's go to Art. Pickups. Regen. Sweets. Okay? And we're going to just start one at a time. We're going to find the ones we want. I'm pretty sure I loved that ice cream. Yeah, the colorful one. Check this out. We're going to drag it in there. And you'll notice that it's super small. So what I want to do is actually bring it into Blender, scale it up properly so that it's perfect, okay? But let's make sure this looks good. All right. So we're really only going to have two models. So we're going to go to 2D Colors Pro, Hybrid Shader. And we're going to make sure we drag in that proper texture because we lost it. Nope, it's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. Is it that one? It's that one. I love that. I freaking love that. Okay, so we need to scale this up. So how are we going to do that? We're going to go to our current regen items, which are beer cans. So there's our beer can. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to export it as an FBX. Put it in my downloads folder. And we're going to create a new blend file. I'm going to import that one, which is beer. There we go. Don't get me wrong, I love beer, so we're going to keep it, but we also want these snacks. Okay? All right, so you can see here the pivot is set right there. That's because we want it to appear above the ground. All right, that's why we're being very hyper-specific here. We're going to go to this mesh here. There we go. This ice cream colorful here. I'm going to take this FBX file. I know this is weird. I'm going to put it in my downloads folder and then bring it in. Import FBX. And it should be right there. What's it called? I just pasted you. There you are. So look at this. Look at the scale of this thing. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to scale it up. Put it right here. And then I'm going to rotate it. Let's set its rotation to like this. I'm going to position it perfectly. Just so it's positioned right there. Good. Okay. We're going to set its object, set origin to 3D cursor. Delete this one. We're going to apply the scale. Let's take a look at the rotation value. Okay, the rotations are pretty good, actually. It's set to 90. That's what we want. Let's zero out that and that. Nope, that's good. That's actually good. This one can be 0. Wait, what am I doing? Hold on. All right. Object. I think we're good. Did we apply the scales? We did. All right, so let's go ahead and save it as a blend file. We're going to create a new folder, and we're going to just name this Thomas for now, okay? And it's going to be, and then in this folder, I know we've got a lot of folders. We're going to do a cleanup in just a second. We're going to do ice cream bar. Ice cream bar. Save that. And the unwrapping and everything is going to be good. So we have this one, right? So let's go to our new folder. Again, it's called Thomas. We're going to drag in the ice cream bar, which is right there. Is that the right? Here, let's make sure we set pivot to pivot. There we go. There we go. All right. So now we have this beautiful ice cream bar. And hopefully the size is pretty good. Let's take a look. I think we can make that size a little bigger. So let's scale it up a little bit. We're not going to scale globally. We're going to scale locally. Stop. Maybe normal. Object. Cursor. How do I scale it up without using that freaking pivot? I'm going to copy it. Delete this one. Make sure I rename it. Okay. Apply the scale. Save, and it should update on the fly. There it is. It's a little big. It's a little big. Okay. Scale. Right there. That's about what we want. Object, apply, scale. Delete this one. Save. Let's take a look. Good. Good. Okay. That works for me. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find that material of this little friend here. And take that, duplicate it, bring it into my ice cream bar. Why not just create a new material? We're going to call this ice cream bar. Drag that on there, onto this guy. There it is. And then this one here. Good. Okay. Awesome. All right. Our ice cream bar looks great. Now the question is, if we go to our health, or really any of our pickups, the question is, let me go to pickup or health pickup. Let's see how we're handling these graphics. There's a small pickup. Okay. So that, yep, it's just got a graphic in there, which is a yeah, we're good. Okay, good. So let's bring that health pickup in there. Let's go to the small. Put it right there, okay? And I'm going to take this, copy it, delete it, and put it inside here. Zero out its position. The rotation is -20, which sucks. We don't want that. So let's do this. Rotation, or apply rotation, rotate X. Ah, look at that. Its pivot point's wrong. Set origin to 3D cursor. And now we need to rotate X -90. Apply the transform. Rotation, X +90, and now it's good. Now we just need to set that to 0, and we've got ourselves our ice cream. We're going to delete this. Now let's tweak the texture a little bit, okay? First off, before we do that, let's go to Toony Colors Pro, Hybrid Shader. So now it's going to look a little bit more toony, right? And we're going to do a... Is there a normal map? I doubt there's a normal map. Yeah. Well, no, there's a normal map. Okay. So I believe... Yeah, it's this one right here. Let's turn on a normal map and then just drag it in there and see what it looks like. That's not right. Yet, I don't think we need a normal map for this little friend. No normal mapping. Smooth out. We're going to add a little bit of rim lighting, guys. Remember? Pickups, we want a nice, beautiful rim light. A little bit of an orange rim light, right? That's good. Then also, we have a pickup light. That's good. That's good. We want that. Let's go to... Yeah. Let's go to this here, and then let's take a look at how it looks in the context of lighting. So you can't really see it, can you? I think what I want to do is put a little bit of an emission on there. Nope. Why not take a look at this light here? Yeah. I have a theory that we want to rotate it like this. Maybe even more. It's nice and centered up. We just need to make sure we're setting the origin to the 3D cursor. We're going to apply that rotation again. This sucks, I know. X -90. Apply rotation. X +90. What the? Hang on. X -90. Apply rotation. Yeah. Apply rotation. Rotate X +90. Save it. All right. So now hopefully we'll be able to get a little bit of light on there so you can see it better. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, I like it. So now we have our ice cream bar, and it's floating at the exact same height as all the other pickups, which is what we want. Okay, so we have this creepy, like, it's so cool how happy things in a dark environment, it's just really disorienting. I really, really like it. So let's go to play mode here and take a look. Check that out. So I can't pick it up because I have enough health, right? But overall, I think it looks great. Got a beautiful little ice cream. Before we move on to sounds, let's do one final bigger one, okay? Thomas, why do you have to do -90 and then change it to 90? Unity it doesn't actually shift the rotation of a blend file. It just makes the rotation -90 in the x-axis. It just does it. It automatically subtracts 90 from a 0. So if the rotation is 0 in Blender, in Unity it's -90, 0, 0. And that drives me nuts. So I want it to be 0, 0, 0. So what I do is I make the rotation in the x 90 in Blender. That's why I do that. You don't have to, it just makes me happy, right? Okay, that's great. Everything is now in this folder here, right? The theory is I don't need anything else from this folder, but let's go ahead and go to our prefabs and let's find one more. Something big and tasty. But there's like pie and stuff. Let's fix all the materials really quick so we can see them. And by the way, I know you guys can't see them. Here we go. Okay, we have all these materials here, so we're just going to change them all to Tuning Colors Pro, Hybrid Shader. Still, the materials got lost. Dang it. There's donuts. Ooh. Big old candy bar. That one is kind of creme brulee. I kind of like that one. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, let's drag it in. I'm going to scale it up just for now. So this one would be floating around like this next to it. So let's see how it looks as a collectible. Yeah, it looks like a flying saucer. So we'll delete that. This cake might really, really make me excited. Let's take a look. Oh, it is. Big old cherry cake. So obviously not so big. Let's find a couple more just to be sure we're making the right decision here. A macaroon. Yeah. Serving plate. Yeah, I think, ooh, 3-tier cake. I think that might be the one, guys. So that's what we want. 3 freaking tiered cake. The poly count's a little high though. Kind of bugs me. Let's take a look. But I love it so much. Let's see here. I don't like what's going on with that model. It's duplicated for some reason. Yeah, that's a bad model, so we're not going to use that. I think that square one was what we want to do. So it's this, well, there's raspberry cake too. This kind of looks cool. Delicious. I think raspberry cake looks like a really good health item. You want the health items to communicate exactly what you're getting, you know? That's full health. That's like 20, right? So, well, if there was a slice of cake, maybe. Let's take a look. One of you said maybe find a slice of cake. I don't think there's a slice of cake anywhere. I don't see one. Yep. I think this is great. All right. I do want to see what the material looks like. Or the texture looks like, okay? So let's see if we can find the right texture. Cake base map. I don't know, guys. It doesn't look very good. Nope. That's not the one. That's kind of cool. That's not bad. Let's take a look. I like it. All right, let's go. First thing I'm going to do is take this. Go to downloads. We're going to just call it cake. Put it in our downloads folder. Name it cake. And I believe all we got to do is just go into this popsicle here. Import that cake. So things get a little faster once you get through that initial phase of sizing and all that. Cake. Scale. And we're going to do the same thing we did with our popsicle here. Rotate it. We're also going to rotate along the Y. Okay. Hey, that's good for me, guys. Let's go to apply all transforms. We're going to set the origin to the 3D cursor. Then we got to do that stupid rotation. Rotation along the X is -90. Apply all transforms. Or apply rotation. Rotation X along -90. Rotation X -90. That didn't work. Try it one more time. Rotation along the X, +90. Apply rotation. Rotation X -90. There it is. Save as. We're going to go to a new folder, call it cake. We're just going to call this cake. So a lot faster this time around, getting everything ready to go. Okay? The texture, let's pull that out. So this texture here, we'll duplicate it. We're going to drag it all the way down to Thomas's folder. There we go. And why not just duplicate this material here, call it cake, and then pull that texture in. Make sure it's set to Tuning Colors Pro 2, Hybrid Shader 2, good. Delete that. Now let's go to our large one. We have a large pickup. Currently it's a beer bottle, which it looks great. Felipe did an awesome job. Don't really think it looks like health, sadly. Okay. So let's go to our large health here, and let's just drag in the new cake model, right? There it is. Look at the rotation, it's screwed up. Ah, Thomas. This needs to be +90. So let's fix this. X, -90. Apply all rotations. Rotate X. Whoops. Rotation X, -90. No, what am I doing? Thomas, grow up. Rotation X, -90. Apply rotation. Rotation X, -90. Why? Rotation. No, Thomas. X, -90. This is so frustrating. I'm so dumb. Rotation X, +90. Save it. Now it should be oriented properly. Set it to 0. And we got ourselves a cake. Make sure it's a child. Delete it. Bring in our new cake material, which the material screwed up. So that's the wrong one. Ah, Thomas. Cake. There it is. That looks great. Okay, let's bring it into the actual scene. So it looks like the light is below it. We don't want that. So we'll bring up the light above it, just so that we can see it as it's glowing there beautifully, right? And we're going to add a little bit of changes to the material. And we'll also do some color changes. Let's smooth it out a little bit. Add a little bit of rim. Look at that. A little bit of rim lighting. I'm going to hit apply. Nope, we don't need to. And it should rotate on its own. There we go. All right, I think it could be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to copy this, paste it, scale, bring it up. There we go. Make sure it's named properly, but delete it. We're going to apply the scale. Make sure the name is correct. If the name isn't correct, Unity gets confused. There we go. Love it. All right, it's a little low. You know, it's going to drive me crazy. So we're going to have to, unfortunately, and we also need to set the origin to the 3D cursor. The rotation's going to just piss me off. So let's set the rotation to the geometry. And I think it's just a little too rotated, okay? Object, set origin to 3D cursor. Ah, Thomas. Yeah, you just want them nice and centered up. Good, okay. Set origin to 3D cursor, good. Apply everything. Rotation X, -90. Apply rotation. Rotation X, +90. Enter. We should be good. There we go. Look at that. It looks so much better. All right, let's get a snacky sound. You guys ready? It wasn't free, Kyle. That was a $14 cake. It's a premium cake. Not really, actually. Okay, let's head on over to artlist.io. Okay, sound effects. Munch. Ready? Nope. Eat. Well, that's a weird sound. That is an interesting sound. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'd like this one. Let's download it. That's a freaking cat, but that sounds good to me. So let's download that one. And then I want some video game health sounds that are silly. I know that sounds weird that we're making a horror game. Just bear with me. There it is. I was looking for this guy. This is one of my favorite guys. So he has some great sounds. I believe it's the island game. Ooh, tiny monster. What's this? Nope. This guy has the best sounds. Witchcraft. Ooh. Ah! What's it called? There's one here that I just know I love. I think it's the island game. We just need to scroll down. Maybe. I'm going to download that one. I know it sounds weird considering we're making a horror game. Just bear with me. The goal is to make some clown-styled sounds. Okay? So we're going to find some good old... What else we got here? Retro gaming elements. That's sweet. I like that. It's gonna be funny. We're gonna mix some very haunting witchcraft type sounds with playful sounds. It's gonna be awesome. So let's go ahead and we'll take this one here. We're gonna open up an Audacity. Discard all of these. We're gonna find the... That's it right there. Okay. Yeah. Can you hear this better? There we go. Okay, good. Let's keep going. I really like this one. Now we're going to make it sound demonic. We need one crunch sound, okay? I love that sound, by the way. Crunch. Hey. And then the licking of the lips. Right? Lips smack. So it's like, right? Hey. And we'll also do like a sound, like a yum, right? Mix all that together, you got yourself a pretty awesome health sound. Okay, so let's bring in the crunch of the nuts. Ooh, and then a smacking of the lips. Haha. And then a, what's this one? Nope, we already got that one. Glossy indent. I'm gonna make this super reverby. Watch this. We're gonna do a pulse stretch of 2. Add a ton of reverb to this guy. And then we're gonna do a low pass filter on it. Good. Whoops. And then this one right here. Whoops. Delete this one. Paste. Look at that. This one right here is a little too quiet. Let's solo that out. There we go. And then watch. Okay, that's great. Maybe this is much lower, like a... Yeah. This needs to be a little bit faster. I'm gonna make this higher pitched. Now to avoid those weird noises, what you do is you just give it another pulse stretch. Oh yeah. Fade that out. Fade it in. And then to make it sound a little bit creepier, we're gonna make this much higher pitched. I feel like this needs to just go away. Let's get a ding sound. Ding! You can search a crowtail. What's it called? It's called a crowtail bell. Crowtail. There it is. Crowtail. Hey, there's one. Oh, it's right there. We could do a Celeste. No. I need a ding. I need a bing. No. There it is. All right, so let's snag that one. What we're trying to do is we're trying to capture a good amount of frequencies, okay? Right now we've got low, and we need that ding. We need something dingy that is especially reflects the white flash, okay? So, and don't be afraid to stagger your sounds. So you could do that. I don't like this. Or you could do this. Right? Do ding. So I actually think we could do one here and then one low here. Boom, ding. Right? Low. Ooh, yeah. I like that low one. Maybe we can mix the two. I don't really like it. But we can see. You never know. You never know. We're going to mix all these together. Mute, drop the volume down. We want it between -12 and -6. We'll try it. It's not my favorite, but we'll try it. Export as a wave. This is going to be health. Pick up candy. Let's bring that in there. Okay. So, health. Pick up candy. That one. And then this one. Got to get ourselves hurt to be able to test this. So let's go get hurt by a enemy. Do I have any enemies in here? I don't. Let's throw in a walker and get hurt. Let's hit play and take a look, guys. I kind of like that. I feel like it needs something like a boom, 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 or like a whoop. What is that? It needs magic or something. Oh, I'm so close. Yeah, I do like this one, honestly. I wonder if we could just use this with some crunching. Yeah, we're trying to go for like a creepy Disneyland feel. That's kind of what we're going for. Let's mute this one. And then that crunch. I am curious about this one again. I like that. And then a little crunch. That might be what we do. It's okay, guys. And then just lower it. Nope. And I'm going to add one more. Here we go. Ready? Our input is going to be, yep, my voice. We're just going to record a little bit of a Let's go a little bit Alex Jonesier. There we go. So don't be afraid to delay it, okay? A little bit lower, a little bit growlier. So we can put a compressor on there. Maybe a little bit of pitch shift. Drop it down. That's great, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to merge these together really quick. There's some popping here. So I'm going to pull that down, and this, you could do a, we could use a limiter actually. We could just limit this. So just go limiter. Where's limiter? There it is. That should fix it. Let's take a look. Ah, we got a problem. This sucks. Track, mix and render. Do our limiter. Just need a gruffy little sound there. There we go. Lower that pitch. Ooh, that was it. That was it. Drop the pitch down. I need a plate sound. Okay, we're going to download that, and we'll use it in a sec. So this one here, this one is going to be the big health, okay? You want to let the player know what they got. Okay, guys, what do you think? I'm going to fade that out just so it's not super long. I think it's great. I'm going to mix in render. We're going to have to go back in time, though, because I love this one. And we want to use it for the small as well. Okay, let's export that as a wave. This is going to be health, pickup, cake. Okay, let's see how it feels with just the cake. Unity, where are you? Okay. All right, so here's our cake. This one is going to be health, pickup, cake. Let's take a look. Let's get hit. I don't want this to be too loud for you guys. Get out of here. I kind of like both sounds. Let's listen again. I love it. I think I like both of them. I think there needs to be a slurp sound for the ice cream, right? So I wonder if we can go back in time here. This right here we don't need. We're going to do a higher pitch sound. Go back in time. Okay, I like everything we got. And I feel like this needs to be a lick sound. Here we go. I think we need to do a little bit of a high pass for that. It's a little 2000. No. Higher value. High pass is going to let high frequencies pass the filter, right? So we can do 5000. There we go. Okay. That's a little much. I think it needs to be a... Oh, I like that one. Ooh, nice. High pass filter? No. Okay, do a little bit of compressor on there. Drop it down. Nope, almost. Yeah, there we go. That's it. And then we want this to not be... It needs to sound less valuable. I kind of like that whoosh sound. Bassy whoosh sounds are what Hollow Knight has a lot in their game. You think you want it to be like bang, tons of sound, but sometimes you want that just soft sound, indicating that it's not the greatest health in the world, but it is relieving. Let's do a lick sound. That's it. Bang. Okay, we need one more high-pitched sound. Just a little ding. Type in some magic. That's pretty good. Looks like I've downloaded that before. I must have liked it. Ding! Let's open that up in Audacity. I think it needs to be a little lower. Yeah, it's kind of creepy. The lick sound is a little much. Okay, we'll mix all those. That's great. What do you think, guys? So that's a little friendly little ice cream cone. Export as a wave. Health. Pickup. We're gonna do ice cream. Sweet. We got ourselves ice cream and we've got ourselves cake. So let's go over here and then we're gonna choose ice cream. I don't want it to be a value of 2. 1.5 is a fine volume for that. Let's take a look. Let's get ourselves hit. Ah, crap. Let's get hurt a little bit more. Get out of here. I feel like the cake, it doesn't feel like cake. So one final thing regarding the cake. It needs to be like there needs to be a big old crunch sound, like a. We're gonna do one more track. Fade it out. I feel like that's good. I like that. Drop that pitch down just a little bit. Export as a wave. And then health pickup cake. Good. Replace. We got ourselves some really tasty pickups. I like it. Let's go. Let's get hit. Maybe a little bit not so loud. I like that. How fun. There we go. Replace. Yes. Click OK. Almost there, guys. And that should do it. Let's go get ourselves hit. I love that. Okay, we got, let's see how the health tastes. Get out of here. I don't know why I can kick you. That's weird. I didn't know I could kick him. Let's grab some health. Oh, all the sounds are great. Talk about great. Can I push you? Huh. So he was getting kicked and now he's not. So I don't know why. Oh well, I mean, it feels awesome. I love it. I love it. Do I need to hit apply to anything? Nope. Nope. So we got 2 pickups, you know. You've got your ice cream and then you've got your cake. By the way, guys, this was probably one of my funner streams. This has been great. I hope you guys have had a really good time. Just remember, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Ultimate Game Artist. That's me. That's my course. And if you're a member of the 2D art program or the 3D art program, feel free to let us know in the chat what you think about the programs. Guys, when you buy these programs, when you participate in these communities and start learning how to do 2D and 3D art, it does support Father's development. It helps me pay salaries to help this game become a reality. But more importantly, it is an investment in your future. There are just a couple coupon codes left below. All that artwork you saw there, including flipping assets, but also creating assets from scratch, that's Photoshop, that's Blender, that's Substance, that's 2D interiors, that's 3D interiors, 3D architecture. We even teach pixel art in the program. It's a massive program. The best part is it's taught by people like me, okay? Well, it is taught by me. It's taught by people who are indie game developers, which is really cool. I'm actually in the trenches doing this thing, so I teach you exactly what I do to make games. So if you're interested, it's 50% off below. Check it out. It's going to be a really great program for you. It's about a month long. You can go at your own pace, but there's 20 hours of content, so it's going to take you about a month to do. So be sure to check it out if you're interested in, well, learning how to do artwork just like you just saw. Anyways, guys, this was super duper fun. I'll see you around. Take it easy. Cheers. Get over here. Get down. Hey, thanks for watching. By the way, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D game kit below, click below. It's my treat to you. I used this game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and I actually got to play it with him in front of his audience, which was really cool. This game kit is totally free. It's my treat to you, and you can use it however you want. You can make a commercial game and make $1 million off this game kit. I don't care. Or you could just use it for a hobby project. It's my treat to you. And by the way, if you haven't clicked like, that would mean a ton to me. Hit subscribe. And also, this is important, hit that notification bell. Here's why. If you get notified of when I'm live, you can watch me make my next game and let me know in the chat what you think about the game or any ideas you have. And you might just show up. Your chat might just show up in the next video that I upload. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.